Hey there, welcome to the Feminine Founder. I'm Pennington and I'll be your host. A little bit of background about me. I am originally from the Charlotte, North Carolina area. I grew up in a small town called Belmont, North Carolina. After graduating high school, I decided to attend the University of South Carolina, go Gamecocks, and I graduated from there with a major in public relations and a minor in business. So right after college, I decided to go right into politics. I had several internships in undergrad in politics and had a high interest in that. So did that about a year and a half out of school and then decided to transition like a big girl into corporate America. So in 2010, I was full-blown job searching. I was invited to come into a recruiting agency's office as a candidate, and they ended up hiring me internally to work for them. This was a huge international, very well-known recruiting agency. I received excellent training, of which I am very grateful for. However, in 2010 was not the ideal time to get into recruiting and staffing. Every call I was making during that time, I was getting hung up on, yelled at, cussed out. People were telling me, we're not hiring, why are you calling me? So I was sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? But within the first 30 days, I was able to make a successful placement, and the rest is history from there. At the time, the organization I was working for, we provided a lot of temporary staffing solutions. And so my partner and I were able to triple the business within a year and a half's time, which was a huge success. So from then on, I worked anywhere from entry-level staffing all the way up to C-suite and everything in between. I've worked all throughout the entire country, out west, southeast, northeast, central area of the United States. I know what these candidates are looking for from a messaging standpoint. I don't care what level of position we are talking about recruiting for. The concept and the baseline is the same. I know how to attract the right candidates to your organization, no matter what the industry. I've worked for startups. I've worked for small business. I've worked for privately held companies. I've worked for Fortune 500 companies. I've worked in private equity and kind of everything in between. I was staff for manufacturing companies, small business, a lot of small business. Again, Fortune 500, I've worked in the healthcare space. I've actually done healthcare staffing, where I've had to get into the credentialing and all of that, which is a whole nother world, but that was a very exciting time. I love recruiting and staffing. I've always loved it. I've always been good at it. Working with individuals and helping match them with the right employer has been truly a passion of mine, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to get up and do that every single day. So the point of me starting this podcast, The Feminine Founder, is to share those experiences with you guys. My goal is to work with other female founders, other individuals in HR, corporate executives that are females. I'd like to go through discussions of what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them from a recruiting and hiring standpoint. We've all had massive success and massive failures. And so my goal is just to share ideas of what's worked and what hasn't worked. I really want to know what's been a game changer for you. I know it's been a game changer for me, and I'm happy to share those ideas as well. And so that's my goal in creating this podcast, is just to share information with each other to set us up for more success. So I'll be doing a combination of individual interviews with me, and then I'll be inviting guests on the podcast from the staffing and recruiting industry, from HR, corporate executives, small business owners, all in the female space. And so stay tuned for that guest list. If you or anyone you know would like to be interested or would like to be a guest as well, just feel free to shoot me a direct message on Instagram or on LinkedIn. I'm easy to find, Caroline Pennington, executive search recruiter. So hit me up. So thanks again for listening in today and for following along. And I look forward to it. Thanks, guys.